The end of the year is just around the corner, and it's a perfect time to step back and ask ourselves, how are we doing? Am I where I want to be? What if we could all use these last 90 days or so to make the most biggest and powerful changes in our lives? Today I'm here to challenge you to finish the year strong. Whether it's your physical habits, your mindset, or your daily habits, it's never too late to level up. Let's finish this year stronger, healthier, and more aligned with our goals than ever before. Number one, reflect on the past year. Just take a moment and assess how the year went. Did you have successes? Were some things that you didn't achieve? When you do this, when you take account of what has happened, you're more likely to be able to make changes that will reflect what you're actually wanting. Whether it's your health, well-being, personal growth, when you take a moment just to assess how you've done, and if you've achieved what you wanted to, you can then have a better idea of what goals to set for yourself for the future. Number two, let's set clear intentions for the last 90 days of the year. I think about how can I take these larger goals and make them into more manageable, bite-sized pieces that I can do on a daily basis. So one of the ways is by using the SMART goals, a way of setting habits. It has to be specific, a specific goal. It has to be measurable so that you can actually know if you've completed it. Also, it has to be achievable, not something that never has a timeline or end date. Relevant to what you need, and it has to have a timeline. And we have a timeline, the end of the year. Number three is prioritize your health. Like I mentioned in my previous video, Race to 60, I am turning 60 and I want to make the next several months before 60 the best so that I can start 60 at the fittest, healthiest, and in the best mindset that I've ever had. So pick a few things that you want to work on. It doesn't have to be everything, whether it's something to do with working out, increasing your steps, making tweaks in your diet. Just pick a few things to work on to prioritize your health. Number four is mindset does matter. So this means that you talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend or relative that you love. Talk to yourself positively, be mindful, and also take breaks when you need it. And be gentle on yourself. Number five is learn something new. Just like I am doing with my raised bed gardening, I started gardening a few years ago again after a long break. I am learning how to garden again, and that will ignite energy in your life because of a newfound passion or interest that you're learning. Challenge yourself to grow in something. So it doesn't have to be something huge that you're learning, but something that really interests you and sparks a passion or a creativity in you. Number six is accountability. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded, whether it's your family, some friends, or even an online community like this. It makes such a big difference when you're all working towards the same goal, or at least the goal of improving yourself, improving your health, improving your mind, whatever it is. But it's so helpful when you have people to talk to that think the way you do. Seven, celebrate your wins. Whether it's tiny or huge, celebrate those with something. I never used to think this was important. I always heard, reward yourself when you do something good, but I didn't find that I just didn't think it would work, to be honest. But I have started doing that. When I get something done, I'll watch either a favorite show on, one of the streaming channels, or an episode. It could be something as small as that, or it could be, I get my nails done or anything like that, or I have, take some time and read a book, whatever it is. But I have noticed that it gives me incentive to get what I was working on accomplished, just to get that little tiny reward. It's basically dangling that carrot just a little bit out of reach so that you have to work a little bit harder to get there. Number eight, embrace flexibility. Don't give up. Things don't always go the way we want. Life happens. So the important thing is that whatever it is, you can get around it, get through it, and then you move on. So don't give up. That's the most important thing, because nothing goes as planned, at least in my life. I don't know about you. Number nine is take daily action. just those tiny little steps moving forward. So whatever you choose for your goals for the rest of the year, just make them tiny and something that you can work on daily. And it doesn't matter if some days you miss it, because you're working towards that goal, and it's the consistency will build over time and become more of a routine. Number 10, self-care is non-negotiable. I know myself as a mother, wife, caregiver, I tended to always put myself last. I never looked after myself, but this is now non-negotiable. We're in midlife. We have to look after ourselves. We cannot look after others if we don't look after ourselves. I've said this in the past a lot. Whether it's just taking a time out to go for a walk, whether it's time to go out in nature. I could sit here in my backyard some days on a sunny day and just enjoy that. Or I'd bring a book up here and read up here. Anything, just a moment for yourself to look after yourself. Or practicing a Finnish health traditions such as a sauna, or just, like I said, being out in nature. Number 11, it's a good idea to track your progress, whether it's on some kind of an app or just plain old paper and pen. I have a video, and I will link it in the bottom, where I still do, I make a little thing that I can track each little thing I'm working on, whether it's getting enough sleep, eating my oatmeal, going for a walk, drinking water, whatever it is. I put them down, and then I put the dates, and then I put an X every time I hit that. And I found that visual cue really helped me stay on track. And there is a saying from somebody that don't break the chain. And when you see all those little X's for every time you completed that tiny whatever task or goal that you set for yourself for that day, it does give you energy and encouragement to keep going. So I highly recommend tracking your progress. Number 12 is start now. The last 90 days of the year are a perfect time to focus on yourself and your health goals. Don't wait for New Year's resolutions. You will be ahead of the game if you start now. We still have time to finish this year off strong, being healthier and more in tune with our goals. This will make the next year even better. Let's embrace these final days and push ourselves to make the greatest comeback. So what are you going to focus on for the last 90 days or so of the year? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.